Hey friends, I am literally out of the shower, but this is so important. It is my birthday, and if you have been following along, it's been a hell of a year, to say at the least. And I'm not going to get into all the negativity because there's so much, but I was reflecting this morning on my birthday. I took a matcha to the beach, my favorite place, and I just was sitting there and just reflecting. And it's this full moon energy right now. It's perfect time for just doing some of this reflecting and releasing. And by the way, I'm going to release the full moon episode later today. So you're going to have like all these episodes from me. But I was reflecting on everything and I had a very powerful thought come to mind. And I really think, honestly, I know that you need to hear this. So we're going to dive in. Let me roll the intro and let's freaking go. Hey friend, welcome to the Ready to Rise podcast. This is the podcast for ambitious, successful women who've checked off all the boxes. The career, the routines, the self-help books, and therapy, we've done it all. But if you're still feeling numb, stuck, or like you're just going through the motions, you're in the right place. Because I've totally been there, and I've healed myself using the tools that I now teach. I got certified in them so that I could help other women do the same. I'm your host, Audrey Rose, a registered nurse and somatic life coach, and I'm here to help you stop just coping, stop just going through the motions, and actually start feeling good again in your life, feeling happy again. Each week, we explore nervous system regulation, emotional wellness, and rituals that are rooted in ancient wisdom, ancient practices, so you can stop just going through the motions and stop just getting by and start really feeling lit up and alive and fully plugged in again. This is about real happiness, the kind that fills your body, lights you up, and helps you create a life that you are obsessed to wake up for. So are you ready? Because I'm excited to help you feel like you again. So if you were following along on Instagram, like I said, I'm not going to get into all of the details of this, but you might even know me in real life and have been hearing all of my crazy stories that I've been sharing. But 2025, during the whole, my year, the last year of my life, basically, it was so bad. And it was just really hard. I mean, the little highlights that, again, I'm not going to go into detail about them, but the highlights, my grandmother passed away at the end of 24, but we really dealt, because right at the end. So we really dealt with everything during 25, right? And it was just tough. She passed away. There were some really interesting things that family members did around that time, but the most hurtful thing is, they took her house, they took all her belongings, whatever. I literally don't care. I have my own things, right? I have a great job. I'm very blessed. But what really, really hurt was they took all of the belongings, that she had set aside to pass down to us, things that she had mentioned, to my own mother, like her daughter, right? This will be yours one day, this was used at, my grandfather's house or whatever, right? These things that were so important to them, and that she had memories that she had with us about them, and things that she told us, okay, this is going to be yours and I'm saving this for you. All of it went to the dumps. This family member that swooped in wanted to sell her house very quickly, get some cash, and they literally emptied the whole house into the dumps. I never got to go back in. After the day that my grandmother passed away, I never was able to go back inside and just see the home and just go through the memories, see any of the belongings. And I could go into detail further, but I won't. That was hard, right? There were so many other things, right? Like I had unexpected dental issues for myself. I had unexpected surgeries come up for my dog. We had our tires and wheels stolen off of our commuter car, which made a huge issue for us. Trying to share a car and trying to deal with insurance. And it took us 2 months just because of that to get our car back, which was insane. But no worries, because once we got the car back, it ended up getting stolen. So that was a whole issue. Yes, I'm not kidding. And life just kept on lifing, right? Unexpected things popped out of all these different corners. It was, over probably $40,000 with just all these emergency things that happened, right? It just was insane. Financially, very stressful, and just emotionally, just stressful, right? It was a lot. But here's the thing. I really, really, really want to make this point. Life is always going to have things come up. Maybe they're not all going to happen at once during the last year of my life, right, that I went through. Maybe they're not all going to come up at once like that, but they're going to come up. Life is life. Life is always lifing. Things are always going to be happening to us. And we have a choice we can make. We can sit in this negativity and let it drive us down and drive us down further, 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 which I will absolutely admit, of course, I got into a negativity spiral. Of course. I mean, these things were back to back to back. It drug me down. But once something in my brain finally clicked, it was like, hey, hold on. This is happening to me, but I am not going to let my whole life get ruined because of this. This is still my life, my one life in this body on this planet at this time. And I'm not going to let this become ruined because of this issue. This whole thought process also really was driven home last year when, you guys know, if you know, if you know me, my biggest hobby, like my favorite thing to do is I'm just obsessed with whale watching. It's like my grandma hobby. It's something I love. And I had like a mentor, so to speak, not like a hardcore mentor that was like training me on understanding everything or something like that, but just somebody that was like so in love with this and who taught me just a lot about this. And he passed away during this year as well. And that was another thing that happened that just really kind of woke me up to remembering the fact that this is our life. And we think, when we're in the thick of it, we think, oh my God, this is it. This is, I'm so obsessed with this one issue that's happening and this is so important and I have to focus on this right now. And we're not remembering the bigger picture. We're not remembering that people that we just really adore and people that we love to spend time with we don't know how long they have on this earth. Things that we love to do, hobbies we love to do, we don't know how long we're going to have doing these things, right? Life changes fast. As a nurse, that's like one of the things that I freaking know. Life will change fast. We don't know how many days we have here on this planet, right? And when we get so stuck and so caught up into like a negativity spiral or something that's happening that's really, really taking a lot of our energy away, we're losing energy and we're losing focus and we're losing love and passion for the things that light us up and that make us happy, for the other things that are going on that we wish we could see, but we can't see them through like the fog of all of our issues, right? I want you to focus on this thought. I want you to think about this thought. I want you to start taking more advantage of your life and not like, oh, we're going to put on rose-colored glasses and we're going to pretend like everything's fine and everything's great and happy when it's not. Obviously, that's unrealistic. We have life. We have things to deal with. But here's the thing. I want us to still be able to focus on the things that we love and things that we want to do, right? So there's a quote. The days are long, but the years are short. And just let that sink in for a second. We go through our day like, oh, I got to go do this and I need to go do that. And oh my gosh, and I need, so much more time and whatever, right? We look at these times. We're like, well, I just wish that tomorrow would be over with already. Oh, I just wish that, tonight, well, I'm going to go to bed early because whatever reason, right? The years are so short. When you look back, the years are flying by. I don't even know how I've been on this planet for 36 years. I don't even understand, right? I turned 36 today. I've been here for 36 years. And it's flying by. And it will continue to fly by. The time that I'm spending with people in my life is flying by. Every moment that I had with my grandma, it's over now. It's gone. Every minute that I spent with my mentor out at the beach, that was a very, very, very short time. I mean, it was only a couple of years long. It's gone, right? Life is truly fleeting. The days are long, but the years are short. And something that keeps coming up that I keep hearing over and over and over, I keep hearing people say this. If we are not intentional with our time, it's going to pass you by. Life will pass you by if you are not intentional. And this is the whole point that I just want to share with you today is I want you to be more intentional with your life. This is what I'm doing right now take it or leave it, right? But it's just a thought that I wanted to bring up because life is so short. I spent, a lot of time out at the beach. I'd spent almost every day out there. I was learning from people about the whale watching and just about whales in general. And it was just so cool. And I'm so fascinated. And then life got really crazy the last couple of years, and I was barely out there. I wasn't connecting with people. I wasn't seeing them in person, whatever. And now that I've gone back and I've been going very frequently and it's right now we're in the gray whale migration, and it's just so fascinating. But as I'm going out there almost every single day again, I'm reconnecting with people, and I'm seeing a lot of people that I used to know back when I was really into this, right? And that's what the conversation keeps leading to is, oh my God, hey, I haven't seen you in so long. And then of course, I'm like, oh, life has been so busy. I haven't been out here. It's hard to get away when life is like pulling you in. And these people, most of the time, the people who go whale watching or people who are like the volunteers that, they're like called docents, the volunteers that sit out there, they're always, usually retired people, and they're very wise, right? And that's the thing that they keep saying is like, hey, but life is fleeting. Life is so short and it will pass you by. And if you don't come and make plans, whether it's this activity, whether it's something else, whether it's time with your husband, time with your kids, time with your dog, life will pass you by so quickly if you're not intentional. So we just need to be more intentional with our time. I know that it's hard, right? I know that it's like, okay, well, we have, dentist appointment for this kid, doctor's appointment for the husband. Can't trust him to go by himself because he's not going to tell them everything, right? We have to go. We have to do all these things. And that's life. That's going to come up, right? We're going to call insurance about the stupid stolen tires situation, right? All of this stuff comes up and it happens. But here's something I want you to do is be very intentional. I used to do, well, I still do. At my retreats, I always do kind of like a little exercise with everybody where we do an inventory of everything, right? We do a little inventory of how we're spending our time, what we're doing with life, and are we being very intentional? We literally take an inventory. How are we spending our mornings? Are we spending 2 hours scrolling? Are we spending an hour snoozing the alarm when we should be up and out living our lives? Are you spending enough time living your life, or are we just going through the motions, dealing with insurance, dealing with all these other little things, paperwork, whatever? We have to do that stuff too. But can we start to set time blocks where we make these things quicker, where we get through them, where we do them so that you can spend more time doing the other things you love? Can we get more intentional with our scheduling that like, hey, every Friday I have this, time block marked off, blocked off for me, for a bubble bath, for a yoga class, whatever it is that lights you up and that makes you feel good. For me, there are non-negotiables in my life. Every single morning, I check in with myself. I do a little meditation. I take my supplements, and then I go to the beach. For you, what is that for you? What is that in your life that lights you up, that makes you feel good? Because before you know it, a blink of an eye, and you are already a whole other year older. This last year of my life just really flew by. It really flew by because I was so busy dealing with all of the whack-a-mole. I was like in this whack-a-mole situation, right? I was dealing with all those issues that were popping up. Do I regret not stepping out of that at times and being a little bit more intentional about my recovery time, my de-stressing time, my unwinding time? I absolutely do. I regret. I was so caught up in everything that I was spending a lot of time sleeping in. I was spending a lot of time upset, depressed, rightfully so. However, not breaking that cycle and getting back out into activities that light me up, just going to do a yoga class, just going to go on a walk with friends. I instead do what most of us do. I really isolated in. I spent a lot of time making, of course, I had to make phone calls and emails and texts and all these things. However, it wouldn't have been that hard to just block off every single Friday as like a me day, right? It wouldn't have been that hard to even take half of a day or at minimum 2 hours for myself. And so I just want this, like, take my wake up call and bring this into your life because I know you're busy. I know that you're doing all the things. I know you have a very busy schedule, but I want you to remember this life is fleeting. So book something. DM me on Instagram. Let me know what you do for yourself. Send a picture, whatever you want to do. But please, 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 please go get a yoga class. Go to the beach. Go crystal shopping. Like whatever it is that you want to do for you, go and do it. And I can't wait to see you. I'll see you on the next episode because I'm about to talk about this full moon. But I will see you soon and love you so much. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Ready to Rise podcast. It means so much to me to have you here and to get to share all of this with you. If this one resonated, literally just send this to a friend, share it with her right now, because there's so many women out there who really need this information. And I would also love it if you could take a quick screenshot, throw it up on Instagram, tag me at Hello Audrey Rose so that I can connect with you and get to know you. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Have a blessed and beautiful day, and I will see you next time.